Do you ever ask for something, finally get it, and then completely freak out when it shows up? Yeah, me too. Your dreams do this thing where they will show you exactly what you need to see, but not always the way that you want to see it. And if you're not ready, you'll miss it completely. Or worse, you'll reject it. That's what happened to me. And that is what we're talking about today. Quick thing before we start. This is episode 1 of a new mini-series. Last series was about how dreams train you. This one is about how they show you, especially what you don't want to see. This episode is about the things you're avoiding about yourself. Next one is about patterns you're stuck in without realizing it. And the third one is about truths you already know but won't admit. They're connected. They build on each other. But you can jump here if you want. Just know there is a bigger arc happening. Alright, let's go. So this was early on when I was just starting to figure out I could actually talk to my subconscious through dreams. Like, this wasn't theory anymore. It was real. And I was desperate. I was losing my vision and I had no idea why. Medicine could only go so far and we've reached the end of where it was going. And I needed answers. So I started working with my dreams every night. I'd wake up early, go pee, come back to bed, and as I'm falling back asleep, I'd set an intention. I'm going to have a lucid dream. I'm going to meet my subconscious. I had this whole vision in my head. I'd be sitting at a coffee table and my subconscious would show up. Maybe as a person, maybe not. We'd sit across each other and just talk. I'd ask questions, they'd answer, we'd figure this out together. I was so ready for that conversation. But that's not what I got. Instead, I had this dream where I turned around and saw this figure. Shadowy, smoky, kind of human shape, but not solid. Like a shadow moving on a wall. And I completely lost it. I was yelling at it. I couldn't even hear myself, but I could see myself from above, like I was stuck on the ceiling, watching myself have a full meltdown, waving my arms furiously, just wanting this thing to be gone. And the figure, it just stood there. Didn't move, didn't leave, just existed. I woke up so frustrated. Like, what the hell was that? That wasn't the calm conversation I'd asked for. But then it hit me. Not right away. It took some time. But eventually I realized that was my subconscious. It showed up. Just like I asked. And I'd rejected it. Because I wasn't ready. Here is actually what I couldn't face back then. I was so angry, not just at what was happening to me, at myself, but at my body for failing me, at my subconscious for letting this happen. And underneath all of that anger was something even scarier. I wasn't a victim. I know how loaded that sounds, but this is what I had to come to terms with. It's that I'm powerful. Powerful enough that I created my worst nightmare. Losing my vision, the thing I was the most terrified of. I manifested that. Not on purpose, of course. I didn't know what I was doing, because I didn't understand the rules back then. I didn't know how powerful my thoughts and my fears were, how they shaped my reality. I didn't know how any of this worked. And facing that I had this much power and I used it to destroy the thing I needed the most, well, that was terrifying. So when my subconscious showed up as this shadow, I couldn't look at it. I yelled at it. I wanted it gone. Because if I let it come closer, I'd have to see the truth. I'd have to see my own power, my own responsibility, and I wasn't ready. So here is what I learned. Your dreams will show you what you're avoiding. They will hold up a mirror and say, hey, look at this. But they won't force you. If you're not ready, you'll do what I did. You'll reject it. You'll get mad. You'll tell yourself it doesn't make sense. It's not what you asked for. But it is. It's exactly what you asked for. You're just not ready to receive it. And that's okay. Your subconscious is patient. It will keep showing up, and when you're finally ready, it will be there. For me, that shadow was my subconscious trying to communicate, but I was treating it like the enemy. Until I could stop fighting it, real communication couldn't happen. So if you had dreams that disturbed you, made you angry, made you want to look away, pay attention. That discomfort, that's the compass. That's your subconscious saying, look here, this is what you're missing. Why it matters? Because you can't heal what you won't look at. Growth doesn't happen in the comfortable places. It happens when you're willing to see the parts of yourself that are hard to accept. And your dreams are trying to help you do that. They're not punishing you or trying to scare you. They're showing you what needs your attention. When you finally turn towards the mirror instead of away from it, everything shifts. The shadow becomes a teacher. The thing that you were afraid to see becomes the thing that sets you free. Alright, let's talk about how to actually work with this. Tool 1. The resistance compass. Simple. When something in a dream makes you uncomfortable, that's your compass. After recording a dream, ask yourself, what in this dream made me uncomfortable? Then, what would it mean if this were true? That second question is the key. Usually, what we're resisting isn't the dream. It is what the dream is showing us about ourselves. Your resistance is the signpost. Follow it. Tool 2. The what if this is me practice. Take a dream character or a situation that bugged you. Something you judged or wanted to get away from. Ask yourself, what if this represents a part of me? List 3 qualities that character or situation has. Look at those 3. Notice which one makes you the most uncomfortable. That's probably the mirror. And tool 3, intentional dream communication. This is what I was doing when I had the shadow dream. Before sleep, set a clear intention to meet your subconscious. Visualize how you want it to show up. Whatever feels right. Ask it to communicate in a way you can understand, but be open to it showing up differently than you expect. Sometimes your subconscious knows better than you what you're ready for. Sometimes it shows up as a shadow when you wanted a conversation. That's still communication. That's still an answer. This practice is about being willing to see what's shown, even when it's not what you wanted. Look, your dreams are holding a mirror every night. showing you a part of yourself you're not seeing. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes it challenges the story you've been telling yourself about who you are. But those are the most important things to see. You can't heal what you won't look at. You can't grow if you only accept the easy parts of yourself. So, when your dreams show you the shadow, the anger, the power, don't turn away. Look, breathe, ask what it's trying to show you, and trust that you're ready. Even if it's scary, your subconscious couldn't show it to you if you weren't. So tonight, when you sleep, be willing to see. Be willing to look in the mirror. Because on the other side of that discomfort is the version of yourself you've been looking for. Until next time, keep dreaming. You're the alchemist. Bye.